You know, it's so strange. A lot of people they get tired of me saying that. They're getting tired of me being like, "How can we continue to further virtual reality applications, or finding a ways
Mm-hmm.
to make money, or even making a profession out of it, or even
Yeah.
integrating it a little bit further?" But it just I get so surprised every time I come in here, and I always say the fact of like every day that I come in here, I'm already a month behind. And we're
Yeah.
always
Oh,
into the
wow.
future, and we're always kind of leading into the next big thing. But that's the thing, is that there's so much going on that we have to continuously like try to rile it up, and try to get it all into one box, and try to not really confine it,
Yeah.
but kind of separate it and make sure that we know exactly what we're trying to focus our attentions on. And there's just so many people outside of that box that they don't recognize all of the things that have been kind of been
Yeah,
melding
that
into
have been
one box.
happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think your past defines you. I said this a little bit when we talked before this interview. Like, I don't think your past defines you, nor should it. And I think people in Japan actually would really they really think about this a lot. They don't want, like, the past is over, right? And yeah, your legacy's cool and all, but like I think at the same time, like you should be defined by what you're doing now while you're alive. You know what I mean? Like, you can talk about the history of somebody like when you're done, when you're retired, but like I think that as cool as all that stuff was, it's how do we continue doing that? Like you said, like, how do we continue to build this thing and make it bigger and bigger and bigger? And because we have to, if we don't, like, if it doesn't grow, we're just going to be treading water, doing the same thing until eventually it's over, right? If we don't give people a reason to buy VR headsets, nobody's going to buy VR headsets. And I don't think that, like, Beat Saber is the killer app. I don't think Gorilla Tag is the killer VR app. I think VRChat's the killer VR app. Everybody wants a Ready Player One. That's what they want. They want that experience, but they don't want it. They don't want it the way that the WB is trying to do it right now. And like, everybody wants Ready Player One, but they want to really feel like they're in here. But like, the people who are in here every day, we're already in Ready Player One. We're already there. We're already doing it. It doesn't cost that much when you think about it. It really doesn't. Like, you think about how much money people spend on, like, if you're a console gamer. I always laugh about this. It's like, people are like, man, it's so expensive VR headset. But like, if you're a console gamer, you're spending more money on video games than we
Yeah, don't
are.
even get me
I
started
think.
with the Switch too. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so expensive. But like, you buy a single VR headset, and like, what, people were talking about having 10,000 hours in this game. And that's unheard of, by the way. Like, the retention that this game has for a free to play game is crazy. Like, it's nuts. People who are into this game, they got thousands of hours in this game. I got like 9,000 hours on like one headset, and another like 2,000 hours on another headset, and I got thousands of hours in this game before it was even on Steam. Like, how do this is it. This is the place, right? You can build anything here. So, people like to complain, oh, it doesn't have the same marketplace as Second Life, or the characters are all anime. They're all anime because we like anime. It's just like the people who happen to be in here. If a bunch of you came in here and decided that we want hyper realistic PBR avatars that look like modded Sims 4, you can do that. Sure, nothing's stopping you. Build that thing. And that's what places like Shelter and Sanctum and those groups, like, they've got that aesthetic in the world already. Like, those things exist in here. And so whatever you're into, it doesn't matter. Like, you can build it.